We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The break the huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. Richardson gets this quickly to Mitchell. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Oh, he gets that downfield to Tremble, the tight end. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards.
Okay, ready?
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10.
Go!
On play action, Richardson. That is caught at the 3. To the goal line and in. Josh down. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will race out to a quick 7-0 edge. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
Okay, break!
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
19, 18. Here we go, Shaq. 70 Timberwolves. Hut, hut.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Latu there to bring him down.
Ready?
2nd down and 8.
70 Lions. Go! Check go.
Now they'll set up to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Ready?
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing. Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice game.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. A pickup there of 13. That's good for a Colts first down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pickup there by the back to pick up the first down.
18 Cardinal.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Richardson. Just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
60 Bison.
Now, faking the give. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by him, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Got it. Ready?
Here comes 3rd and 6.
Buffalo 18. Come on. Set. Go.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. They get 14 on that hookup. That's a Steeler first down.
Back-to-back 3 and outs, and not ideal to start the game in that manner. So that's a really important throw right there. Let's see if they can build something from there. Brings up 1st and 10. Continue to let your opening script unfold.
Now a loose football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown Steelers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
Second and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Let's go.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. On the give, this is Taylor. And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone, a pickup of 6. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he will score. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Colts.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
This will be returned from the 6. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Hill brought in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This is caught down that right sideline. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Let's go now. Go.
Back to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. And this will be incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Here we go, here we go. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hut, hut.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Roll.
On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He gets this complete to Mitchell. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, Indianapolis.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Looking left side is tight end Tremble. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. That one knocked away and incomplete. Joey Porter Jr. got a hand in there and made the play.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. And he finds some daylight up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
70 Lion. Cougar 19. Big Lion. Check go.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Let's go now. Ready.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he will go all the way. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Boswell adds the extra point. And the Steelers are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Richardson to throw it here on first down. That one taken in by Mitchell. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. On second down, Richardson. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. And that is incomplete. And by Mitchell, the intended target. And third down coming up.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack. Second down big play attempt. Falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
From the gun on 3rd, in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
We'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Go!
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion.
Go!
Right away, they'll set up to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Ready!
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they will finally run him down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
70 range, 70 range. Ready?
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Hill brought in motion.
Hut.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And this is where playing in the elements can really become a problem. These kickers practice all year in pretty much ideal conditions. So sometimes you got to approach these kicks a little bit different. He's just unable to connect.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Oh, he gets that downfield to Tremble, the tight end. And he will score. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Indy.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the 1st half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
Now Gay for the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Colts add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line.
Ready?
1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. The rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Ready up!
The third quarter begins with a run. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
Street! Set up! Set go!
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Room to run past midfield. Down the sideline to the 20. And he's just a couple short of a touchdown. We'll mark him out at the 2-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
They'll come up here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Now, faking the give. Going for it all. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. On play action, Richardson. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
Good blocking to the 15. And he's going to take this all the way home. Touchdown, Steelers.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Let's go now. Go.
They go right back to Taylor. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Now a 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down.
Set.
From the gun, Richardson. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Hit the street. Check go.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
If you're going to give your guy a chance for a jump ball in the end zone, you better make sure you put that ball in the right spot. That seemed to me like the defender had a better chance at it than the receiver did.
Ready.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Set up. Cowboy 80. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Ready.
Handoff here. Up the middle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Viking 18. Buffalo 18. Hook.
He'll look to throw. That'll be intercepted. One back the distance. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Gay to add the PAT. It's up and through. And the Colts will extend this third quarter lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Right back to the air following that pick 6. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to look for the home run ball. He's got it. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
When you get big gains like that, Mike, it's pretty easy to see why that stat line just continues to grow. And the defense doesn't come away with a plan to stop this guy. We could have a record-setting performance on our hands.
Tag. Pioneer. Ready.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Fire move. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Ready.
They'll try to run this one in. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Ready.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith.
Go.
They'll go with him again. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The offense will stay out there. as they will line up and go for 2. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. Decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2. Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll run on first down with Taylor. Good defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Second down throw for Richardson. He's going to air this one out. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Looked to me like the quarterback had the option to pull that and make it a throw, but he decides to give it. Probably wishes looking back that he would have pulled it because there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field. And after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers have taken a 4-point advantage. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this third quarter has come to an end. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's Taylor. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. You're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. A pickup of 15 in the air. That's good for a Colts first down.
Let's go.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He's across midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 32 yards. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. He's got it at the 7. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Colts. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going up top. That is hard. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
They simply just don't have an answer for this guy defensively, Mike. I mean, regardless of who they put on him in man coverage or the type of zone coverage they try to capture him with, they simply can't slow him down, and we've already seen it here today. A fair share of big plays through the air, a couple of which have gone for touchdowns. He's had a couple nice blocks in the run game. I mean, he's really having as well-rounded and complete game that a receiver can have in the NFL, and until they prove they can slow him down, I would just keep giving him more opportunities.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll stick with him again. And the Steelers are going to be set up. First and goal. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Check that, street. Come on, set.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And they'll bring it inside the red zone. Finding space, gain of 7, inside the 20. They need one right now. 3rd and long.
Cardinal, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Go.
Back to throw. This is intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackman. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Indy. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick-6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick-6, but to get 2 pick-6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go, set.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll look deep, left sideline.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Hill. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. This will be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw. But think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10.
Come back, team. Come back, team. Ready?
They'll throw out of the gun. Open man, right side. He's got it. All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
60 Maverick. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Hill brought in motion.
Ready?
They'll look to throw again. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So here comes 3rd and 5.
Trap 60. Trap 60. Set.
They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down. They'll look to throw yet again. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown, Steelers. A 3-touchdown game for him. That's now 5 on the year. And this is he missed the extra point, so in the fourth quarter. Even with their full complement of timeouts, the call is to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Here's Richardson. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And this one is going to run out of steam. This is short. It's no good. And this lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
Ready?
Here is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. He'll look to throw. Now he'll air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
He's going to try it here again. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's going to look downfield once again. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.